Okay, I'm doing this just for just so a friend of mine can kind of see what I've done in this world. Everyone else is invited to enjoy or peruse it and see if there's anything of interest they might enjoy taken from this little video that I'm making. This is my original spawn point in this world. As soon as I came into this world, I dug a hole and then chopped some wood, of course, so that I could make a crafting table. So the reason I did that is another world, the first world that I played in this game, I wandered off from my original spawn point so that the compass that I eventually made was pointing to my original spawn point instead of my house and where I had everything built. It was within eye shot, but it was just a nuisance that the compass took me away from where I really wanted to wind up. This way, in this particular world, my compass takes me back to right here, the very center of my castle that I have built. And as you see, I've got a chicken pen, pigs, cows, sheep, and this little place right here is my original hidey hole, right here. This is my original room. And when I first started, I dug out an area to make me a garden underground and secured and put glass up there. I don't know if it was truly necessary or not, but I did that anyway. The reason for putting it underground like this is I don't have to worry about anything sneaking up on me while I'm trying to harvest stuff. Again, the original room, and then I put a separate room as I got more and more stuff and put an inventory room. As you see, I've got different things labeled, food and whatnot, and have more room to add more stuff as I get more inventory. Dug another hole to make me an enchantment room, and I've got my books all set up so that I've got a maximum of 30 on the enchantment. Of course, here's my portal room to get back to the nether. And one of the things that I always do is I dig down to the very bottom to mine. And this being right off of the main room, again, I don't have to worry about going out. Well, look at there. Let's get him while we're here. Doom, 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 doom. All of them. There's some more. Yep. Got him. Got. More. One more. Okay. I don't know why they do that, but they pop up from time to time. And I got all them. And of course, this is the very bottom. Look, there's another one. I didn't get them all. Got them now, I think. This is the very bottom, and I do the mining where you go down and you go so many in one direction, so many in another, and then go up a level and go up another level, and I make me a chest, oven, and a crafting table, and then I put a never-ending water pool on each layer in case I run into lava. But this is where I do all my mining. And I originally go back maybe 6 rows and 25 in each direction. These are now 50 back on each side, and I think I'm about 12 rows in that direction. But this is where I come to do all my mining to get diamonds and ores and whatnot. The reason there's a gap right here is that I found a big huge cave, and I've got it blocked off for now, and I've explored some of it but not the entirety of it. So I'm saving that for later. So again, this is my little hidey hole with my portal down below, enchantment room, my storage room, and my garden. And you've seen my animals up here. And this is just a quick walk around of the, as you see, I'm right on the edge of a, I guess you would call it an ocean. And I plant trees. This is 2 different types of trees planted there, so that I've always got a bunch of trees planted to harvest. And as I plant, or as I chop them down, I replant each time. That's my dock to go out if I'm to do fishing. I think fishing is a highly underrated thing. You can sit there and fish for a day and catch a bunch of fish, and if you're lucky enough, you can catch different types of like swords and other fishing poles and bow and arrows that are enchanted and all. Now this is my what I call my killing area. As you see, I've got more trees planted here. These are what I call my killing towers. These are, if you notice, it's 2 blocks high. The reason it's 2 blocks high is an ender or enderman cannot get under here. And if you see an enderman out in this area, you point your bow and arrow or a sword at them and they start fizzing and carry on. They come over, they can't get you. You stand here and just whack at them until they die. Same thing about, not creepers, but the zombies. They'll come over here in this area and same thing. These that I've built here are for endermen. You can run out here and jump under this. The enderman can't get you. You stand here and just whack and whack away at them till you kill them. As you see, I've got different towers. I've got one over here, one over here, one over here. They're essentially built the same way. I use different woods on some of them. Other than that, they're a formula that I have devised that I use. Go up 1 level. If you notice that I've got glass and of course glowstones on the corners for light, but the reason the glass is here is to be able to look down to see what's down and lurking around the edge of the thing. And then of course I go up higher, and that's to look out up here, and at some of them I will put a chest and a crafting table to store stuff. You notice I got a lot of zombie stuff in here. Alright, as you see, I've got 4 of these. Now one thing that I do is I link everything with a tunnel. This tunnel takes me back right here. This goes up. My castle is 3 deep, so I have room to put entrance and exit inside the castle wall, and this brings me back up to the hidey hole. Okay, so I can get to just about anywhere I need to get in this world without being above ground. So this was the first of the towers. This intersection here, that leads to a tower, that leads to a tower, and this leads to the very back tower. And we'll sometimes put chests and whatnot to be able to craft items or store items. As you see, it's starting to get nighttime now. Again, you notice when I come up the ladder, I come up to the 2nd stage. You don't want to come up and stay on the ground floor or the ground level in case there's a creeper sitting right there. You get up, you turn around, boom, and you've destroyed part of your tower. So I always run up to either the 1st level, which I'm on now, or all the way up just to look around and see what's going on. Okay, so that's what the towers are for. Again, if you see the creepers right there, you can duck down, run over here, go to a different tower, come up and then come back and get it. This one right here, I just wanted to do some exploring. So I have these torches every 5 blocks. So I went 100 blocks down just to see where I would pop up. And I got down this far and I had to go down because I was underwater and everything was leaking. So I went down and then I got down here. There's a door to ground level. And then I just made a huge tower just to be able to get up here and look around. And that's what this is. It's just a tower. And then you see how far away from some of the towers we are. All right, head back down that way. And steps. I believe in steps instead of having to jump up and down on blocks. Again, this is the very back tower right there. And this is the tower to the far right above us. Again, I never stop on the first layer. I move up to the second layer to look down. And you have to be careful of the Skeletors. See right there? There is one of the creepers. And I can stand up here and shoot him. And boom. And again. And again. Now if I had come up and not noticed them, you know, I would have come up through that hole right there. They would have been on me in a heartbeat. And boom, I would have been repairing this area. Go here and click this. See, there's another one over yonder. There's a hole leading to a cave just over there to the right. Now I built that over there just as a hidey hole. Look, there's a creeper over there and one there. They're all over the place. So I'm gonna duck out of here in a minute. And then I built that house along the same lines as what we're standing on, but a lot larger. In fact, there's a bed and everything up in that top. It's like a hilltop house. So let me show you the main thing. If you notice that bridge right there, or that boardwalk, call it a boardwalk. One of the things I did when I got in this world is the biome that I'm in, I was hunting for different bios. You know, like jungles, deserts, so on and so forth. And again, explaining about the let's see, I'm going to go back here. Explaining about the compass. I took my compass and I just went out exploring, and I would carry me a door and a bed and pickaxes and whatnot. So as it got nighttime, I would just there's a spider there. and the spiders can kind of jump across, so you kind of want to be quick with them. I got him. But make sure there's no creepers around. That's the thing about doing a lot of wood like I'm doing there, is they'll spawn up under that area. But I explored like 3 days worth of walking, walk all day long until it would get nighttime. And then I would make me a hidey hole and go in and wait for day, get into bed, start again, and I'd like walk 3 days in that direction and circle back around, and all I ever saw was this same biome that I'm in. So I decided, well, let's pick a direction and we'll just go forever. And I decided to make a boardwalk. And if you notice, let me see if I even went to the trouble of, when I did a bridge, I would put pilings underneath it and everything so it would look more real, I guess you would say. So anyway, this particular boardwalk that I see the creeper has spawned up underneath over there. This particular boardwalk, a day in this world is daytime. Look at the creeper going down. That's the first time I ever seen one do that. I have to be careful going back and forth. Again, that's why I like to walk underground, to keep something like that from surprising you. A day is 10 minutes in this world, and as of now, it takes me 5 minutes and 5 seconds to walk from this end of this boardwalk to the other end, which would be half a day in this world, or half of the daylight hours. So anyway, this is my boardwalk, and what I've done with this is, let's go door. What I did with this is, again, every 5 I put a torch to try to keep it lit, and then starting over here, approximately every 50 blocks I put me a way down. This one you climb down and you can walk under because it's open underneath the bridge that hadn't got to the dirt. And if you notice on the side, one of the things I did to make it a little safer is I dug down 4 deep and 4 wide. There goes this zombie over there, to try to keep things from coming up to the edge, and especially the creepers. I didn't want them to be able to walk up to the edge of this and fizzle and blow up. So by making that 4 wide and 4 deep, the creepers would fall off into that area and they can't get me. Now, that was kind of wasteful to be able to get all the little points that you can get. So what I did is I made these crossovers. You can walk across, and then there's steps to go down, and this is open. And again, you see I took the time to put pilings underneath. There's a creeper over there. I'm not going to take the time to try to kill him. And as you see how hilly this is, have come back and leveled it off so that I can see things like the creepers and whatnot. Watch him drop, boom, and see he can't get me. But I can go down there and snack him up. And of course, this is open under here, so you can come across to this side. And I didn't do much cleaning up over here, other than the 4 wide, to be able to get my 4 wide and 4 height. Okay, again, let's keep going. Now this particular one here, make sure there's nothing around. Oh, see, look right there. See, I'm up here, he can't get me, and I'll take my bow and arrow and boom. And the fall knocks some of the energy out of him, but I make my steps down. Let's go get those points. Got them. But this particular area here is completely enclosed. So, and of course take a quick look-see, make sure. And I make steps and I put the blocks in case I kind of wander off a little bit. I mean, that's easy enough to see there, but just a way to help say, okay, the steps are right here leading back to my door. Again, take a quick peek. And I use jack-o'-lanterns to help light the doors and the pathways and whatnot. But again, this area here was probably 4 or 5, 6 blocks high in areas, and leveled it all off so that I could see all the different critters running around. One thing that keeps falling down in there is the animal life. Again, it's been like 50 blocks again. You can see how high some of this area was. It sloped down. There was a little bit of open area and I cleaned it up. Same thing over here, cut down some of that. And I found all kind of caves and things as I was going. I haven't explored them, but they're there to look at later. Again, cleaned off some area. This one right here, maybe a ladder to get to the top. It's not like I'm going to see anything up there, but I had been doing something for both sides, so that's what I did for that side. Climb that ladder and pop up and something could be standing right there. You never know. Okay. This area here, I planted most of those trees because I was running out of wood and used it. Built me a house here and was farming the trees. And again, you see I put the pilings underneath it to make it a little more realistic. And built this as I was having to run back and forth to the original hidey hole to do stuff. And I built this house as a place to sleep, store, cook, craft, as like a halfway point at the time. Because again, I was doing a lot of cutting down of trees and stuff to harvest trees. I'm getting hungry. Let me eat something here. I think potatoes are highly underrated. I sustain myself on potatoes more than anything. And of course, I have a fishing pole here and I've fished a lot right there. I don't know why I put gates there, but it's just something I did. And this one, I can't tell you how many zombies I've seen floating around in that water, and I come down here and lead them up onto that area and kill them. Most of the time, as soon as they get up out of the water, they burst into flames. Now, this area here, you see how hilly and everything, there's a big huge cave there that I'm going to explore. I leveled off a little bit on that side, did a huge amount of leveling off on that side, and it looks so plain. I've gone back and planted a lot of trees. You can see a tree there, one over there, one down here. A lot of them haven't grown yet. Some of them have. These trees there I planted just to give it a little better look. Huge cave there. I put a top on part of it just to give me more area above it. A lot of that, probably 10 blocks this way and 10 blocks that way, is just blocks I put up as an overhang. And you see I've got trees planted all down through here. I'm waiting for them to grow. Again, another turnout and steps down, doorways underneath, steps back up to the other side. There's another cave down in there, as you can see. Again, I've got trees planted along the back edges, not out in the front, because I want that area open so that I can see the zombies and whatnot. And this right here, I'm going to kind of work on this a little bit better. The water was coming down. I put glass walls up to keep the water at bay so that I could put a door close by here. And I'm going to probably come back and fill some of that in right there just so it looks a little better. And of course water is running down that way, but I'm not concerned about that. Okay, as we continue on our tour, am I going in the right direction? Yep, heading to the west. And I put all my turnouts on this side. That helps me keep my direction up. Alright. I'm coming up on my next, not a hidey hole, but a regular house and everything that goes with it. Again, a turnout. Got a river here, and you see that I put my pilings under my bridge and everything. I will probably go back and get like some flowers and things and plant some flowers back along just to pretty it up a little bit. But you see, this area here, all of that dirt, I stacked all of that dirt, even over here, to give me my area to work with. When I came up here, again, my 4 deep and 4 wide, of course, some of it's higher, but I go off of my work area or off of my boardwalk. And this is the house, and I put not as intricate a layout as my original one. Got one hidey or one killing tower there. The house here. And I leveled all of that area out. I left one opening for things to come through, and I put a few trees because you need dark areas for things to spawn. Of course, this is another place to lay my head down. And again, I have ways of getting to everywhere. This lets me out into the area here to get to zombies and things that fall down in the hole. This is my fishing spot that I built. Come down here, bring my fishing pole down here and fish. Okay. Again, doorways to be able to get into the 4x4 area. Again, go all the way up. Doesn't matter where I'm at. I go up to the second layer just so I can look down through the glass and make sure there's nothing around. But all this area I filled in. You see how much dirt I added. And that whole area there, I bet I went up about 8 or 9 layers of dirt to fill that area in, just to give me a larger killing area. As you can see how deep it is, that's the original height right there. And of course, this is the area where creepers and zombies and spiders and all kind of stuff can work their way up those blocks into this area. I need to make me a walkway across here to get over to there. Okay. So I can either come up here or follow that path and come up here. And then I have a doorway that leads right below us into this area, and then I had a doorway here leading under, and there's a tunnel that leads from here across under that water, and the door pops out down here. There's a door right there to get from there to here so that I can move around in that trench. Again, I believe in potatoes. I got my potatoes growing there and my wheat so that I can breed my chickens and breed my other animals. At this particular one, I have cows and I have sheep. the cows I got for meat and rawhide, and then I have stuff in here for sheep. I love how you can bury stuff in wood, the dark wood that I found, dark oak. I have me a crafting table down in the ground. You see my chicken coop. And again, you have to be careful because see, I have walked up here, and because it's so dark under here, there'd be skeletors and creepers and stuff that have spawned underneath these trees. So I have to be careful. Now, there's another one of my killing towers. And again, see, look, the creeper or the zombie right there. Maybe come over and I'll kill him. Oh, look at him jumping. You got to remember to take that down. Or move it over. But I've got that area fenced in, but because it's so dark under there, the things can spawn. You have to be careful of that. The gate to get in. Okie dokie. But that's the dark oak trees that you find in the jungle. Again, this is another one of my killing towers. Essentially the same design that I've been using. Get on back in there. Oh, he got through. Okay. I'm gone. I don't want to bump him again. Now this is the way, again, that will take me out here. So that if something falls down in here, I can go after it. And again, usually when they fall 4, that takes one of the lives out of them. And this right here, of course, is my underground to get to my killing tower. And again, I never stop at the first level. I walk up to the second. And then I can look around. Bunch of sheep here. And I leveled all of this area, built up and leveled all of this area. It takes 40 forevers, but it's so much easier to get out there and kill something when you don't have to worry about jumping up and down on different blocks from one level to the next. Okay. I'll just kind of point this out. I have a third tower down here on this end. This one actually has a walkway across the top again to get to it, and again a way to go underground to it. Look at the zombie falling down in the hole over there. Or actually not in the hole, that's the edge of it. I'm not going to worry about him. Okay, so we're continuing on. Again, heading west. Got my turnouts every 50 blocks. In case I see something. I got to dress that up over there. Some I haven't. From this point on, I haven't really leveled ground and whatnot. I haven't worked the areas around where I've got my turnouts. At least not much. Done a little bit on this one, but not much. And there's a glitch. You can see that there's caves underneath there. Of course, there's caves underneath everywhere. You see how the torch on top of that sand really glows. Looks good. Again, from back there in that last house onward, I have not done a lot of building up and leveling off. There's a spider out there. Again, heading west. Be daylight soon. Like I said, it takes 5 minutes. If I just walk at this pace, it takes 5 minutes to get from one end to the other. See, there's creepers. See, there's 2 of them right there. You can't get me. Ha ha ha. And I'm too far up for them to. Okay. Up the side of the mountain. Keep going. It snows up here. I have been down here. I'm right on the, and it would be raining, and I get to like this step right here and it turns to snow. This is the altitude you need for snow. And you see my path keeps going on, and I finally found a different biome. And this is just where I was coming to some glass cooking. Forgot all about it. This is where I came to work and build stuff, craft stuff, and to sleep. And again, underneath these areas, I put pilings. Oh, Skeletor trying to get me. Let's get up here out of the way. Did he get me? Yeah, twice. So, I mean, even though you're pretty safe up here, you still have to worry about a Skeletor. Those arrows fly pretty good. That's the view back. I think that's kind of neat. There's a hole through the bottom of the thing. You got the waterfall. In fact, they come down behind the waterfall. And you see how dense this is. This took a long time to dig out, because these trees, they're usually 4 side by side, making them a 4x4 tree trunk. And some of them are, 10, 15 high. Takes a while to cut them down. Again, I've got to come back and level off. I've done a little bit, but not much, because I wanted just a little bit of room as I was going down. See how uneven all that is. I'll come back, probably go about that high and go about four deep to take that out. This thing's getting, or not tutorial, but, and this is where I have ended up. Right here. Oh, there's another Skeletor. I'm not going to get that close because I don't want him shooting. But I'm at the edge of a sea. I'll just kill him. He's standing on top of a mushroom. Knocked him down. He's out of the way. No, I killed him. And what I'm going to do is I will continue my boardwalk that way. And again, every 10 blocks, I'll put pilings underneath so that it looks like a real dock going out. And I'll just keep heading in that direction. I think that there's land I know there's land right there, but I think there's land further on. I could take a boat and go in that direction, but I don't feel like doing that. I want to see it as I get to it. So that is a trip up and down my boardwalk and explaining a little bit about why I did some of the stuff that I did. Again, one of the main things is know where your spawn point is, mark it, because when you eventually make a compass, it will take you back there. So if I were to get out and just head in that direction for 2 or 3 days, I could take my compass and it will take me back to the center of my castle. I don't have to worry about getting lost. So I think I'm just going to walk back just for the heck of it, just to kind of see it in the daylight. I kind of need to do something there, but I've never run into any zombies or anything up that high. Okay. As you can see, there's tons of sheep and tons of, there goes a zombie burning up over there. Oh, look, an Enderman. There goes a zombie. That's why I like it flat and open. I can see for a good ways. You can look around to see if anything might sneak up on you and run down there and kill stuff. Look, another Enderman. Not gonna mess with him. Of course, I don't have a sword. There's another one. Good grief, they're all over the place. They're working hard today. They just zip by me on the side. Again, if you build those towers that I got, and the layers are only too high, you can sit there in safety behind your fence and draw your bow or draw your sword on an enderman that will walk right up beside you and just whack, whack, whack and kill them. A few more trees have popped up. Again, I think I'll go back and do some flowers just to dress it up. And this little thing right here, you can spend so much time playing this game because you do one thing, you go, okay, well that's good. Well, no, let me go back and do this a little bit differently. Or let me go do this, and you do that, and then you go, well, that worked good. Let me go back and change it somewhere else so that it's the same way. I need to bring some of that dark oak down here and plant a few of them, just so the trees look a little different. Some of these are oak, some of them are spruce, some of them are the cypress or whatever it is, that dark wood there. We're almost back to the castle. There's a big cave underneath right there. I covered it up because so much stuff was popping up while I was trying to harvest all those trees that I just blocked it off, but I know it's there. Sheep standing on my block there. That little cutout right there was just to help me do crafting and stuff. And this right here, you'd get so much stuff. I'm gonna put them steps down so I could throw stuff over the edge, never thinking, well, why don't I just put a gate there, which I did eventually. And another thing, whenever these turnouts that I got, I put a gate on both sides so I can stand up here and shoot down at stuff too. Always looking at an easy angle to kill a zombie, skeletor, or creeper. And as we come back to the main house, you see I put towers up originally before I had all my killing towers. I put those other towers up, those stacks of sand, and put jack-o'-lanterns up on top of them just to help light the area. But the ender will come along every once in a while. He's done it to that one and steal a block, so I've got to go replace that block eventually. Right, I remember seeing he's disappeared. Okay, so that is the tour. This is where we started, and this is where we will end. I hope you enjoyed my little trip down my Minecraft boardwalk. Enjoy. Later, everyone.